Good morning, everybody. I hope you people are doing really great. So, today we are starting with another important topic of macroeconomics, that is ISLM model. Now, why I said important, because this comprises an important part in almost all the exams, be it net economics, be it any entrance exams of masters in economics, or be it our IAS or IES services. And this model actually forms the base for the further upcoming models in macroeconomics, such as Mundell-Fleming model. If we are not clear with the relationships of the variables that we are going to discuss in this model, then understanding various other things becomes very difficult. Thus, we are starting with this model, ISLM model. Now, there are certain things that we are going to do in this. For IS and LM both, first we are going to derive IS curve, and similarly we are going to derive LM curve. Then we'll see what are the variables which leads to shifting of IS curve, and what are the variables which leads to shifting of LM curve, and thereafter we'll derive the slope. We'll understand about the slope of the IS curve and its impact, and we are also going to understand about the slope of the LM curve and its impact. And after individually deriving and understanding IS and LM curve, we are going to derive a simultaneous equilibrium in the economy. So in this video we are first concentrating on the IS curve. Now when we say IS curve, see, there are certain important things to understand and definition should be clear. IS curve actually shows the equilibrium, different combinations of equilibrium of income and interest rate, in the goods market. See, we have already done that broadly. There are two types of markets. Goods market and money market. We know that in the goods market, we are deriving output or income denoted by Y, and in the money market, we generally derive the interest rate denoted by small I. And we need to derive this output or income and this interest rate separately, that is partial equilibrium. So इसके अंदर हम जो भी अभी करेंगे, हम बोलेंगे हम आउटपुट या इनकम डिराइव कर रहे हैं कीपिंग इंटरेस्ट रेट as autonomous, such as it is derived in the money market. And when we are going to derive money market, in that case we are going to say that this output or income is derived in the goods market, and thereafter we are going to find out the simultaneous equilibrium. Okay, so IS curve represents the equilibrium, different combinations of income and interest rate where goods market is in equilibrium. Now we know that goods market is in equilibrium at the point where Y is equal to AD. हमने Keynesian क्रॉस किया था, अभी मैं diagrammatically I am going to explain that again. So goods market equilibrium is where Y is equal to aggregate demand. And suppose that we are saying that suppose this is a closed economy. So when we say that this is a closed economy, there are only 3 sectors. Closed economy में सिर्फ 3 sectors होते हैं हमारे पास, that is households, business firms and government sector. Rest of the world closed economy में हम नहीं लेते हैं. Therefore we say that in the closed economy, Y is equal to C plus I plus G, and thus the equilibrium level is at the point where aggregate demand is equal to C plus I plus G, where the C plus I plus G is actually aggregate expenditure. Okay, and then we are saying that this consumption is autonomous, this G is autonomous. What about I? Now this investment is equal to I bar, where this bar represents that this is autonomous variable minus small b I. So this is autonomous investment and this is induced investment. इंड्यूस्ड बेसिकली मतलब कि जो हमारा इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है इंटरेस्ट रेट चेंज होने की वजह से. सो दिस स्मॉल बी मेजर्स रिस्पॉन्सिवनेस इन इन्वेस्टमेंट ड्यू टू चेंज इन इंटरेस्ट रेट. Okay, now let us solve this equilibrium. In order to first derive the IS curve equation, and thereafter we are going to derive IS curve. So we said that in the equilibrium y is equal to aggregate demand and y is equal to C plus I plus G. So we say that this consumption is autonomous plus this is small c yd. So this is MPC, that is the change in consumption due to change in disposable income, plus I bar minus BI plus G bar. So now we are actually going to take all the autonomous variables together. So we say y is equal to C bar, and if suppose this is disposable income, yd is disposable income, and yd is equal to total income minus taxes. So we are going to substitute this over here. So this will be small c y minus small c t plus small c r bar, if we are saying that government is giving any kind of transfers. So this would be r. This depends upon if any equilibrium, if any question is given to you, any numerical is given to us. So अगर उसमें हमारे पास ट्रांसफ़र पेमेंट्स भी होती हैं जो हम रिसीव कर रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट से, then this will be the disposable income, but this is taken as autonomous. So then we say plus I bar minus BI plus G bar. Now again for tax we know that there are two components. Tax can also be जो हमारा एक पूरा टैक्स लगता है, लमसम टैक्स लगता है, और एक हमारा होता है प्रोपोर्शनल टू इनकम जो होता है. सो वी से टैक्स इज़ ऑफ टू काइंड्स. फर्स्ट इज़ आर नॉर्मल लमसम टैक्स, that is autonomous, and second is proportional, which is that proportional to our income. So again we are going to divide this into two parts. So this would be C bar plus small cy minus small c t bar minus small c t y plus cr bar, and the rest of the equation remains same, but I'm going to write that also. So plus I bar minus bi plus g bar. So now we have all our variables are clearly in front of us. So now we are going to say that all the autonomous components on one side and all the induced, that is with जो change हो रहे हैं with respect to income, that is on one side. So y minus cy plus cty will be equal to a bar minus bi. Now what is this a bar? A bar is equal to all the autonomous components, that is C bar plus I bar plus G bar minus C T bar plus C R bar. So these are our autonomous components. Then we say this is y1 minus C plus CT is equal to A bar minus BI. Y is equal to A bar minus BI divided by 1 minus C plus CT. So this is our IS curve equation. IS curve equation. Now what does this IS stands for? IS stands for investment, अगर ऐसे आप याद रख सकते हैं तो investment saving curve. Basically we know that, and also in the circular flow of income, the video of which I have already uploaded, we say that in the goods market, when we say aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply, this also happens at the point where investment is equal to savings. Remember, this is an identity that at the equilibrium level, in investment will always be equal to savings. So this IS curve represents various combinations of income and interest rate in which goods markets are in equilibrium. Goods market is in equilibrium, and when the goods market is in equilibrium, I will always be equal to S. So we have derived this IS curve equation. Now we are going to derive the IS curve graphically. Okay, now we know that Keynesian cross हम सब ने पढ़ा हुआ है. So this is a two-part diagram. So this is 0, y, and aggregate demand we are taking on the y-axis, whereas in the second part of the diagram we are taking income or output and interest rate. So we are going to derive income and IS curve, that is various combinations of income and interest rate, in the second part diagram. In the first part diagram we are showing the goods market, that is how the aggregate demand is changing via Keynesian cross. So goods market equilibrium is at the point where y is equal to AD. Now this is a 45-degree line, okay, and this is AD1. Now we say and this is actually aggregate expenditure. So we say that equilibrium in the goods market happens where Y is equal to AD, or where we say that aggregate expenditure is equal to AD, that is where AD is equal to C plus I plus G. So this is the point of equilibrium, and we have derived that currently in this present situation we are at the point of Y1. Now this can be, say, output is 100, and this curve represents AD, wherein we are taking it as A bar minus BI. ये A bar minus BI हमारा इस equation से आया है. Okay. So this is A bar minus BI1. Now this interest rate, as we have already discussed, this interest rate is derived in the money market. So अभी हम assume कर रहे हैं, suppose this interest rate is prevailing at this point. Okay, suppose we are saying that this is currently 10%. Okay, so this is the current situation. Now suppose that due to certain reasons, now there is suppose coronavirus, and people want us to increase our demand, to increase our expenditure. So as the government, as the RBI is taking various measures, various monetary policy measures, it is going to reduce the interest rate. Suppose अब RBI ने interest rate कम कर दिया है, 10 से 5% कर दिया है. So say this is E1. First we are going to plot this E1 over here. So from here we get that okay, this is our output currently at 100, and this is the interest rate जो हमने arbitrarily लिया है, मनी मार्केट से डिराइव हो गए, बट इस इंटरेस्ट रेट को हम LM कर्व के टाइम पे डिराइव करेंगे. सो दिस रिप्रेजेंट्स फर्स्ट इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट. नाउ वी आर सेइंग दैट द गवर्नमेंट हैज रिड्यूस्ड इट to 5%. This is I2, and we know that whenever there is a reduction in the interest rate, investment increases. Why? Because we have discussed that I is equal to I bar minus BI. So this minus represents an inverse relationship between investment and interest rate. सो जैसे ही हमारा इंटरेस्ट रेट कम हुआ, 10 से 5% हुआ, हमारा इन्वेस्टमेंट इंक्रीज हो जाएगा. जो हमारा ये कंपोनेंट है AD वाला, ये इन्वेस्टमेंट अगर I1 था तो ये इन्वेस्टमेंट इंक्रीज हो जाएगा और I2 हो जाएगा, एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ विच AD इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, एंड देयरफॉर Y is also going to increase. Now how? So we know that interest rate has reduced. Due to this reduction in interest rate, aggregate demand is going to increase, and there would be a shift in the upward shift in the aggregate demand curve, and this shift will be due to this I2. Okay, and as a result of which Y2, there is an increase in the output, say to 200. And again now we are going to take this point and we are going to refer it over here. Say this is 200, and this is the reduced interest rate. Now this reduced interest rate we are taking relative to the initial interest rate. So this is E2 point, this is E2 point, and this is how when we will join these 2 points, so this represents IS curve. Okay, again a quick revision. IS curve shows various combinations. Which combinations? E1, E2, various combinations in which goods market, this is goods market, in which goods market is in equilibrium. So ये वाला point और ये वाला point हमें बता रहा है कि इस point पे goods market equilibrium पे है, और goods market equilibrium पे है, इसका मतलब investment saving के equal है, इसीलिए इसको हम IS curve बोलते हैं. Okay, I hope this derivation of IS curve is clear to you. Just one more point. Whenever we say that towards this right hand side, we know if we are, suppose equilibrium is at this point, and if we are at this point, so over here our Y is greater than aggregate demand, and there will be excess supply of goods, whereas towards the left hand side of the IS curve, Y is less than aggregate demand, and there will be excess demand of goods. Okay, so with this our derivation of IS curve is completed. In the next video we are going to talk about the shift of the IS curve and the slope of the IS curve. In order to maintain the consistency and in order to know whenever the next video is uploaded, please subscribe this channel. It will help you to build your basic knowledge properly. Okay, take care guys. If you have any doubt, please comment over here. Okay, bye guys.